I welcome you all for being here. Today I'll be talking about what it takes to take a good photographs. I have 5 of them on my own based on my experience in this profession. 1 is idea. 2 is composition. 3 is lighting. 4 is camera control. And 5 is exposure. Let me quickly explain them. Idea. As a photographer, before you start taking a photograph, you must have idea in your heart, in your mind. For example, we want to take a portrait subject, about 2 to 3 portrait subjects. You have to picture the subject inside you. How will this subject look like? How will I position myself to take this subject properly? If the subject is sitting down, you have to ask yourself, what angle will I use? Am I going to use a 45-degree angle, or am I going to use a 90-degree angle, or is it 180-degree angle? You ask yourself also, what kind of creativity am I going to create on this job? The innovation, so that when the job comes out, the job will be unique from others. Composition. You use your viewfinder to get your composition. Your viewfinder helps you to frame your work properly through your lens. You consider the position your subject is, the air drum and the footage, are they correct before releasing your shutter speeds? I will show you what viewfinder is subsequently in our training, and I will show you what shutter release is. Lighting. Light is very important when it comes to photography. That's why I started by saying that photography is light. We have 2 types of light. We have artificial light. We also have natural light. If you are using natural light, that means that you are taking an outdoor event. But if you are using artificial light, that shows that you are taking an indoor event. If it is artificial light, make sure that your light is good. Your 3 key lightings are okay. The key lighting, the free lighting, and the back lighting, they are okay, so that you don't have a shadow on your subject or on your image, which is your object. If you are using natural lighting, that way is very, very difficult, because sometimes the light may cast on your face. It may cast on your face, and there will be shadow at your neck. What will you do at that point? You can still use your artificial light to take your shot, and you bounce the light out from it, and the shot will be okay. You can bounce your light, and also you can dim your light. Camera control is very important. Like I said before, how to know your camera. You must learn to control your camera. What do I mean by controlling your camera? You must learn to know your camera properly. Am I using a manual setting? Am I using a program setting? Am I using an auto setting? But I will advise you as a photographer to always use a manual setting. Because when you use a manual setting, you will not be able to have difficulty on balancing your light. What do I mean by balancing your lighting? When you are taking a shot, you have to consider the level of the light, the temperature of the light, and also consider the weather of that day. Exposure. You expose your camera by pressing your shutter release. And some of us don't know what is shutter release. But by the time I talk about the component of camera, you understand what I mean by shutter release. When you press your shutter release off, you have exposed your camera already by allowing light to come into the camera. And you have to be sure that your aperture is good, your shutter speed is good, because if your shutter speed is high or your aperture is high, you have overexposure. So you have to work on your shutter speed and your aperture. You may be asking, what is aperture, what is shutter speed? I won't talk about aperture and shutter speed now, but subsequently I will elaborate more on aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. You can visit me on my Facebook page, Glam Media Limited, also my Instagram page, Glam Media Official, and also on YouTube. Thank you.